It's my assumption that if you're going to have a tech channel on YouTube, there's an unwritten rule that every tech channel at some point must have in their possession a minimum of at least one Sony Mavicas. I guess I can call myself a real tech channel now. There's a story behind this guy, and I'll tell you. As I like to do often, I thrift. I look for deals, whether it's garage sales, or thrift shops, charity shops, etc., asking friends, family if they have any spare electronics, whatever. Well, I went into a thrift shop that I frequent quite often, and they had this guy on the shelf. They had this guy on the shelf that they normally keep vintage products on. And that includes records, old books, reel-to-reel, videotape recorders, stuff like that. Anything they deem to be vintage, in quotes. This guy, yeah, it's from the 90s, yeah, it's about 20 some odd years old, but it's not... I wouldn't say it's vintage. It's old, it's retro, but it's not vintage. But that's beside the point. So I saw it, and I asked them, hey, how much for the camera? And they're like, you can look at it. I think there's a price tag on it. Because when it was in the shelf, when it was in the case, it was just like this, backwards. So I instantly knew it was a Mavica, because I could tell. So I asked how much for the camera. They said, you can take it out of the case. You can take it out of the case and look at it. So I went over, opened the glass case, and it was, it first had a label for $10. This one's $7. But it had a label for $10, and then there's a label for $7 underneath. I felt that was a little bit weird. Why would you mark it up as opposed to marking it down? So I asked them about the price, and they said, oh yeah, we tried to sell it at 10, but we wanted to sell it at 7, like we lowered the price. So I was like, okay, fine, $7 isn't bad. But it happened to be half off Saturday. So those with a math major will be able to figure out that half of $7 is $3.50. And since it was a charity, it's a charity shop, they don't charge sales tax. So it was just $3.50 flat. And as is untested, I didn't care. I got it. $3.50 for this, that's pretty good. They go for around $10, $12, $16, $20 on eBay. And I can get a battery charger for about $10. So $13 invested is still way cheaper than getting it online. Unfortunately, I don't have a charger for it. But there is something that gave me hope. There is a battery in it, which is good. These batteries are a little bit hard to find. They're not unobtainable, but they're a little bit difficult to get. So it has the battery, and that's good. But it also had a floppy disk inside of it, which means it had been used recently. So if we eject that, and this floppy disk is a newer style. It's from Staples, with the newer labeling. So I popped the disk into my computer with this floppy drive. Shout out to UXW Bill, who says a real computer has to have a floppy drive. So I popped it into my computer, and I looked at the files, and they're all dated 1994. I was like, first, sweet, yeah, nostalgia. But then I clicked on them, and I started looking at them, and there were pictures from around town, but they were showing new landmarks that, existed within the last 6 years, not 20 years ago. So I dug further, and I was able to find a timestamp on one of them, and because they took a picture of a building that has a scrolling marquee, and the marquee was showing the date at the time. Probably intentional when they took the picture. And it was pardon me, it was from 2014. So as of 2014, this camera functioned. I don't know if it was just for some like hipster art project, and then they donated it, or it broke and they donated it. But I mean, hey, for $3, I'm gonna get it. So I'm gonna get a battery charger off of eBay, and then see if we can charge the battery. So think of this as part 1 of the Mavica saga. Once I order this stuff, if I order it this week or next week, I'll probably have the video uploaded the week after, so that'll kind of give you a whole idea of how the video is gonna go. Or I order the charger and the battery doesn't work, and back to square one and I ordered a battery. I don't know, we'll have to see. So this has been Zesty Panda with another video. If you liked it, thumbs it up. If you didn't, thumbs it down. Write a comment down below, and stay tuned for more content. Have an awesome day.